Most millionaires and multimillionaires are completely invisible. They're probably sitting right next to you at Starbucks, and you never even know that they have 7 or 8 or maybe even 9 figures in the bank.
They don't flaunt designer bags or drive flashy cars, yet they live a life most of us can only dream of. Welcome to the world of the silent millionaire. While social media often portrays wealth as a non-stop parade of private jets and gold-plated watches, the reality of long-term financial freedom is usually much quieter. Most people who are truly comfortable don't feel the need to shout about it. In fact, they often go to great lengths to blend in. Today, we are uncovering the subtle clues that reveal someone is holding a significant amount of capital without ever saying a word. Watch closely because you might already know someone like this, or you might realize you are already adopting these habits yourself. I'm your host, and I've spent years studying the habits of the world's most successful individuals. One thing I've learned is that wealth is hidden in plain sight far more often than you'd think. It isn't about what you spend, it is about what you keep and how you carry yourself. Understanding these signs can change your perspective on success and help you build your own path to financial security. Stick around for sign number 8 because it's the one most people completely miss, yet it is the most telling indicator of true lasting prosperity. Sign number 1, they prioritize experiences over showy items. Secretly wealthy people understand a fundamental truth about happiness. Objects depreciate and lose their novelty, but memories and personal growth only gain value over time. While someone trying to look rich might spend their entire bonus on a limited edition sneaker collection or a luxury SUV with a massive monthly payment, a secretly wealthy person is booking a 3-week immersive cultural tour of Japan or a private family retreat in the mountains. They value the enrichment of the mind and the strengthening of bonds over the accumulation of clutter. To them, a high-quality suitcase that lasts 20 years is a better investment than a trendy handbag that will be out of style by next season. They seek out stories, not status symbols. When they talk about their lives, they don't mention the price tag of their belongings. They talk about the incredible sunset they saw in the Mediterranean or the local chef they met in a small village. This shift from having to being is a primary marker of someone who has already secured their financial future. Sign number 2, they have a low maintenance lifestyle. You won't see these individuals constantly upgrading their tech every time a new model drops. They don't feel the pressure to impress neighbors or strangers with the latest trends. Instead, they opt for what we call quiet luxury. This means they wear high quality, well-tailored clothing made of natural fibers like wool, silk, or organic cotton, but you won't find a single logo on their chest. Their shoes are polished and well made, designed for comfort and longevity rather than a quick fashion statement. Their home is likely clean, minimalist, and functional, filled with a few pieces of high-quality furniture rather than a house full of cheap disposable items. They prefer things that work perfectly and last a long time. This low-maintenance approach allows them to avoid the hedonic treadmill, where people constantly increase their spending as their income rises. By keeping their overhead low, they ensure that their money stays in their accounts, working for them rather than being handed over to retailers for the sake of appearances. Sign number 3, they are highly private about money. Truly wealthy individuals rarely talk about how much they earn, what they paid for their house, or the size of their portfolio. They understand that money can change the dynamic of a relationship, and they prefer to be valued for their character rather than their bank balance. If you ask them a direct question about their income, they will likely deflect with a humble or vague answer. They don't brag about making it. In a world where people post screenshots of their crypto wallets or bank accounts for clout, the secretly wealthy are the ones staying silent. They know that privacy is a form of protection. By keeping their financial status under wraps, they avoid becoming targets for scams or unwanted requests for loans. They move through the world with a sense of security that doesn't require external validation. Their confidence comes from the knowledge of their own stability, not from the envy of others. Sign number 4, they invest wisely, not recklessly. While the public is often distracted by the latest get-rich-quick schemes or volatile meme stocks, secretly wealthy individuals are building their foundations quietly. They focus on long-term wealth habits that prioritize consistency over speed. You might notice them reading financial reports instead of celebrity gossip. They understand the power of compound interest and diversified portfolios. Most of their money is tucked away in boring but effective places like index funds, real estate, or private businesses. They often have multiple streams of passive income that provide a safety net regardless of the economic climate. They aren't looking for a moonshot, they're looking for sustainable growth. They are the types who might drive a 10-year-old car but own 3 rental properties that are fully paid off. They realize that true wealth is the ability to walk away from any situation because your money is making more money than your lifestyle costs. Sign number 5. They surround themselves with smart people. You can often tell a person's financial trajectory by looking at their inner circle. Secretly wealthy people are very intentional about who they spend time with. They seek out mentors, financial experts, and other intellectually curious individuals. They aren't looking for a yes man or a group of friends to party with. They want to be challenged. Their social circle is often a mix of high achievers who value productivity and strategic thinking. You'll find them at small, private dinners discussing philosophy, technology, or global trends rather than at loud clubs trying to be seen. They understand that proximity is power. By surrounding themselves with people who are smarter or more experienced in certain areas, they continue to grow their own knowledge and opportunities. This high-level networking is done subtly, often behind closed doors, or in exclusive low-key environments where real connections are made. Sign number 6. They own valuable items, but they don't flaunt them. This is the difference between rich and wealthy. A rich person wants you to see the brand name. A wealthy person wants the quality of the item. For example, they might drive a car that looks like a standard sedan to the untrained eye, but it's actually a top-tier model with every performance upgrade and a hand-stitched interior. Or they might wear a watch that looks simple and elegant, but a collector would recognize it as a rare mechanical masterpiece worth more than a suburban home. Their luxury is for their own enjoyment, not for a public performance. They appreciate craftsmanship, engineering, and history. If they own a piece of art, it's because the piece moves them, not because they want to tell everyone how much it's worth. This understated ownership allows them to enjoy the finer things in life without drawing unnecessary attention to their net worth. Sign number 7. They have a strong sense of time management. For the secretly wealthy, time is the only resource that cannot be replaced. While others might spend hours hunting for a coupon to save $5, the wealthy person will pay $50 to have a task completed so they can reclaim an hour of their day. They value efficiency and focus. You'll notice they are rarely busy in a frantic way. They are intentional. They outsource tasks that don't align with their strengths or passions, such as cleaning, administrative work, or yard maintenance. This isn't about laziness, it's about time arbitrage. By freeing up their schedule, they can focus on high-value activities like health, family, or strategic business moves. You don't need a fortune to start valuing your time like this. It's a mindset shift. When you start treating your hours as more valuable than your dollars, you begin to think and act like those who have already achieved financial freedom. Sign 8. They display kindness effortlessly. The most significant evidence of concealed wealth. Unknown wealthy people give without a video crew or for tax receipts. They aid friends in need silently, fund local projects anonymously, and teach new entrepreneurs for free. Their kindness stems from abundance. They don't need a building with their name to feel important. They recognize that riches is about changing the world, not just luxury. This easy donating shows they don't fear losing money. Their deep security permits them to be open-handed. They view riches as a tool for the greater good, not a trophy. We examined how the secretly affluent cherish solitude, experiences a low-key lifestyle, and long-term investing. We've seen how they filter their friends, choose quality, value time, and give back with grace. These 8 signals show that success is about building a solid foundation, not making noise. Which indication surprised you most? Do any of these describe you or someone you know? Comment below to discuss rich habits. If you like this deep dive into the money mindset, subscribe and hit the notification bell. More tips to improve your finances and life are coming. Watch my next video to learn how to detect truly affluent people before others do. Continue learning by clicking the link on the screen. Keep creating quietly and let your accomplishment be your noise till next time.